Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining me for Real Newsblast episode 4, and it is called Democratic Upheaval. So watching the Texas primaries on the 6th of March was quite interesting. Wait, 15-8. Yep, on the 6th. It was the first big primaries of the 2018 campaign season, and some of them have won their races outright, as you will see here, and some of them have made runoffs. Now, I will be beyond ready to see if the Justice Democrats who made the runoffs will win. I'm rooting for them. But one of them happens to actually be the subject of our first story. So the DCCC chairman, Ben Lujan, decided that he would fund candidates who oppose abortion in order to start winning races again. Lara Moser wrote a piece opposing the move, and she basically states in her first paragraph that while she needs all of the help, the organizational support, financial, and all the support that she needs to win this primary, and she's the first-time congressional candidate, she can't stand by while Lujan and the D-Trip abandon the commitment that brought her to this the party in the first place. She writes about how in order for Democrats to start winning again, and if they want women to vote for them, they need to stand up for them. She talks about how the Democratic establishment had come around, but sometimes they were late to the game on many issues that were once considered far left, as well as some of the hypocrisy that has driven voters away, like being for minorities but exacerbating mass incarceration. So the DCCC didn't take too kindly to that and released an opposition piece on Moser. What they did was they took a comment out of context about not wanting to live in Paris, Texas, where her grandparents live, saying she'd rather have her teeth pulled than live there. She prefers big cities like Houston, where she currently lives. Paris, Texas is not in the district that she's running for, by the way. They attacked her also saying that she recently moved back from DC and is out of touch with everyday Texans, but is interesting because the D-Trip is a DC-based organization. Now, also they attacked her on the fact that when you take a look at this DCCC memo here, look at number 3. Now, it says that the D-Trip will help with messaging and things like that. Now, it also mandates on another part of the memo that 75% of money raised has to be for TV ads. Now, hardly anybody watches TV ads, but the problem is that it's wasteful. Most younger voters will look at advertisements on social media, or they're more likely to run across it on social media. The thing is that their consultants will get paid win or lose, and they will often ask if a candidate is using their consultants. Lara Moser is not using the DCCC's consultants, and so her husband's consulting firm, however, is the one that she is using. So they're making it look like corruption, when in fact also her opponent in the race, Finelli, is using her husband's consulting firm. So one looks like corruption and the other one's okay. But the reason why they have this in there is because of the fact that the consultants will get their money win or lose. So we need to, so she is having a runoff, and we need to talk her up. I will put links below as well. But let me also point out that Democrats in Congress must pay dues to the DCCC that funds it, and if they can't have the incumbents pay the D-Trip, it will present a ripple effect throughout the party, or at least party leadership. This is why Nancy Pelosi often will endorse incumbents, no matter whether they're anti-choice, anti-Affordable Care Act, as is the case of Dan Lipinski. So that's part and parcel of the reason why they're fighting against progressives so much. This next story and our last story is about the NRCC, the Republican Campaign Committee, sending out a maddening memo the day after the Las Vegas shooting. They said, you and your candidate will understandably be outraged and upset, as will your community. However, do not politicize it today. It goes on to say there will be time for politics and policy discussion, but any message today should focus on offering thoughts and prayers for victims and their families, and thanking first responders who saved lives. The next slide is a screenshot with all of the full memo that was sent out to Democratic candidates. But this next slide right here is the part that makes it so maddening. It was Democrats who sent it. A similar memo was also sent out after the Parkland shootings last month. Now, Democrats have been gun shy. They want to win races, so they'll pretend to be Annie Oakley when they're running in a more conservative district. But when a tragedy comes around like Parkland, which should not happen with this frequency that it does happen in America, Democrats get gun shy. They claim to be standing up for people, but why is it that they can't do it when it comes to guns or Wall Street? Now, like many news anchors, they are paid to have an opinion. Regardless of whether you're in a red, blue, conservative, or liberal state, people should not be worried about going to school, a concert, work, to a restaurant, or to live their ordinary life under the threat of an AR-15. Ban these already. The Second Amendment is not beyond reproach, and the sooner that Democrats realize that and actually fight for common sense gun control, and Republicans hop on that bandwagon as well and reject money from the NRA, then I am sure that we will see common sense gun law start passing. Thank you for joining me for Real News Blast with VidHead85. I'm going to show you some of my favorite news tubers. Please support them by subscribing and click the bell, because YouTube has been unsubscribing people from independent news media all the time. When you click the bell, that will allow you to see when they have uploaded a new video. So if you like what you see there, please support them on Patreon, and I'm sure they'll appreciate it. This has been Real News Blast with VidHead85. Enjoy the rest of your day.